It can be tough, can't it, starting a new piece? The tyranny of the blank page and all that. Well, fear not. In this video, I'll share a few strategies on how we can, I won't say manufacture inspiration, but rather how we can tempt the muse from her or his hiding place. Here we go. Number 1. Use an extra musical stimulus. Many composers over the years have written what we call program music. This is music that tries to tell a story in some way. To cite a famous example, Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition. This was inspired by the paintings of Victor Hartmann. Many of Richard Strauss's tone poems are explicitly programmatic. For example, Death and Transfiguration, which depicts the death of an artist. And how can I not mention Symphonie Fantastique by Berlioz, which has a long and in-depth tale to tell in music, featuring love, a party, opium, a march to the scaffold, witches, hair-raising stuff. For me, I love to find inspiration in the other arts, novels, poetry, painting, and also in nature. It can help to provide the spark that ignites a new composition, or indeed it can help to shape the entire musical conception of a piece. My string sextet Fluxilluvia was inspired by the River Tweed. I've also written a series of piano pieces entitled Caledonian Portraits, each of which is inspired by a particular artist living and working in Scotland today. The first piece in the series is called Epiphany over Dark Waters, and it attempts to transform this painting, Blue Clouds by Kirsty Cohen, into music. Two, improvise. This is one of my favourites. Improvisation can really help you to generate ideas, I find. 90% of what you play might be rubbish, but every now and then you come across something special. Let's give this a try now. Bit of improvisation. Pick a key, let's say G minor. What should we do? Maybe a texture? Kind of nice. I mean, been done a lot, but yeah, I like that A there. Maybe. Yeah, see, we're getting somewhere. I didn't like just G minor, but we're finding extra notes to put in. Maybe that C resolves down. Or up. We're getting there, and then it would develop somewhere else. Yeah, who knows? There, we've got a beginning of an idea at least. 3. Listen to works you love and steal concepts from them. I'm not saying to actually steal concrete musical ideas from other compositions, but we can steal concepts. For example, you might like the bombastic opening of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. I mean, we all know this. Yeah? And then the quieter little theme based on those notes. Yes? So you could borrow that idea. Something loud and bombastic, something quieter based on the same idea. Let's see if I can improvise one now. Why don't we go to A minor this time? Big, all right, bombastic. Let's see. Rising up maybe. Yeah, quite like that. And then there may be a softer version somehow. No. that didn't really work. That's better. So let's see if I can play this. Yeah, it's not going to set the world alight, but you see what I mean. 4. Roll that dice, baby. This isn't one I do often myself, but some composers do employ aleatoric methods. You could literally roll a dice to generate a series of numbers, or ask your phone or computer to generate these random numbers. From 1 to 7 or 8 is good if you want to use the diatonic notes of a scale, or from 1 to 12 if you want to use all 12 semitones. You can see how that a series of these numbers, once you relate them to notes in a scale, you can generate a musical melody. So I've just generated some random numbers. We've got 4, 6, 5, 3, 2. Okay, 4, 6, 5, 3, 2. So if C is 1, D is 2. So 4, 6, 5, 3, 2 would be... Make up your own rhythm. Decide what key we're in. Could be a number of keys, right? Yeah. What was it? 4, 6, 5, 3, 2. See, I'm messing around with ideas. Maybe I don't like that so far. Maybe I'll change it. Aha. We're getting somewhere. Numbers could also be chord progressions, right? Let's say we've got 6, 1, 5, 2. Could be chords. Key of C, chord 6, 1, 5, 2. Chord progression. 6, 1, 5, 2. And if you don't like something, just change it. Maybe that 2, do I like that 2? Let's see, 6, 1. Maybe I'll go 6, 1, but the first chord will be over the third in the bass, over the E. So 6, 1. Instead of 5, might do 4. And then keep 2. Five, musical codes. Many composers employ musical codes, and they can be pretty neat. J.S. Bach encoded his name into many of his compositions, as did Dmitri Shostakovich. Now, with someone like Bach, it's easy. His surname is 100% musical notes. B, in German notation, is actually B flat. A is A, C is C, and H, in German notation, is the note B natural. So without any work at all, his surname is a musical theme. But for most of us who aren't that lucky, it's still fairly easy to turn our names into a musical theme by using a range of different methods. One idea is to simply continue the alphabet up the piano. So after we get to the letter G, we could say that the next A is the letter H, the next B is the letter I, then we have C, which would be the letter J, and so on. So in this method, my name, Greg, let's see. G, we've obviously got G. Then continue the alphabet up for R. So after G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. So R is actually a D. So G, D, E, back to G. So you can choose which octaves you play these notes in. I mean, if I go, it sounds like a kind of Motown bass line. So there we go, that's me, that's my character. Or you could number each letter, so that A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and assign each musical note a number. So C is 1, C sharp is 2, D is 3, and generate a musical theme this way. I've written compositions for all 3 of my children by turning their names into musical codes. Here's a little snippet of the piece I wrote for my son, Raphael. Six, exercise. If all else fails, get outside for some fresh air and exercise. I'm being serious. Exercise gets our blood flowing and it oxygenates our brains. Go for a walk, a run, a bike ride, whatever. It need only be for half an hour. And when you return to your computer, your piano, your blank sheet of manuscript paper, you'd be amazed at what works of art just pour out of you. Do you have any other ideas for how to deal with the tyranny of the blank page? I'd love to know. Please share them in the comments. And if you found this useful, please subscribe. See you again soon.